Can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love.
Good morning, everybody. Now, it's been a few days since I did one of these, and came across the subject yesterday. If you follow me on Facebook, you might have seen that I actually posted it to Mike Rowe, and I'm curious about your thoughts. It's a proposed legislation by Rahm Emanuel, who is the mayor of Chicago. And if you just read the headline, which is what I do most of the time, it's a bit misleading. The headline says, essentially, that, what Rahm is proposing is to withhold high school diplomas from kids who don't have a letter of acceptance. Now, on the surface, that title seems to indicate that if you don't have an acceptance letter to a 4-year degree institution, that you won't be able to get your diploma. Well, that's why you can't trust just a headline sometimes. The issue is that below the surface, you have to read the article, and in there it says an acceptance letter from a college, university, a community college, a trade school, an apprenticeship, a internship, a military service, something like that. So what he's doing is he's trying to make sure that kids have thought about and have planned for their future. Now, I'm a bit confused here. Well, maybe confused is the wrong word. Conflicted is probably the better word. Because I understand what he's trying to do. Okay? And this is another classic example of good intentions. Alright? We do have kids that have no idea what they want to do after high school. And for some of those, that means that they don't ever do anything. They never find a vocation. They never do anything better. They do just end up, living the high school job forever. There was an example, a perfect thing. All right, the minimum wage for $15 at McDonald's that everybody wants to make, right? McDonald's was never meant to be a full-time career at the entry-level positions. Now, I know people that have made full-time careers out of McDonald's, but they graduated into management and all the other stuff. But the line cook position at McDonald's was never intended to be a full-time career. All right, you weren't intended to retire from McDonald's being a cashier. All right, but some people have thought that that's all that they can do, or that they never planned for anything more than that. They never thought anything more than that. And I think that's what Rahm is trying to do. He's trying to say, hey, listen, there is more out there, and if you just think about it and you plan for it, then you can achieve it. And I'm glad that he looked beyond just the college, that he did look into trade schools, apprenticeships, those types of things, which, like I said, the title is extremely misleading. So I think a lot of people are going to knee-jerk reaction and say, well, he's saying everybody has to go to college. He's not. You do have to read it to find that out, though. So I think the intentions are good. All right. And I kind of agree with the intentions, because my daughter, who, everybody knows I got a kid, she didn't know really what she wanted to do when she was a junior or even a senior in college, or in high school rather. And I'm like, you have to have an idea of what you want to do. You have to have something, and she came up with the idea of, okay, well, maybe I want to do sign language. I said, okay, fine. If that's what you think you want to do, she had a little bit of talent in it, and, she was interested in it, and it is a field which, there's some need in. So, sure, go for it. because I do believe that you should pursue a field where there is a need in it as well. You know, I don't think you should bank on being an actor or an actress or a writer or a basketball star. I don't think that you should depend on those vocations for your livelihood. All right? Have a backup plan. I think most NFL stars, NBA stars will tell you that even if you make it in those careers are extremely short-lived. And most of those people in those careers retire broke. So you need something else. You need a business degree, or you need some type of other talent to keep you going. But that's a whole nother conversation. So she didn't know exactly what she wanted to do, but she had an inkling. She went down that road. It turns out she's not going to go in that direction anymore. Now she might go into accounting, but she's not really pursuing that either. So, I mean, she is a perfect example of someone who, I don't think she really thought through 100% what she wanted to do or what she was really good at either, So, but that being said, I also don't think you can withhold something like a high school diploma. All right? I think that you should encourage the heck out of kids to find a vocation, whether it requires a college degree or not. I think they should find a vocation where there is a path to success for them personally. All right? I think I'm safe in voicing it that way. Because not every person is meant to go to college. My two boys were not meant to go to college. They would have hated it. They would have wasted their money. That's not where their talents lie, and that is not where, they find personal fulfillment. One of them is very handy, and he likes being outdoors, and he likes doing the things that he does, which is, basically woodworking, and he's good at it. He really is good at it. Now, that's not his primary job, by the way. His primary job pays the bills and gets everything done, and but he's bounced around a couple different jobs. But he used to install floors, and then now he's a bug guy, and so but they're all trades where he has had to work hard to get into them, and he enjoys them. My other son is not a terrible people. He's not a people person per se, and he'll admit that. So I'm not breaking any news or putting him down for that. And that some people aren't people persons. People. I don't know how you say that. But he is a appliance repair person. We need those guys too. He's learning all about that trade and he's doing that. So, they're happy doing what they do. They really are. They're happy with their choice of their field. And when they graduated high school, did they have any idea that that's what they wanted to do? My builder boy did. He knew that's what he wanted to do because he was lucky enough to be able to go to a vocational school where he was able to do an internship with a construction company. But that's a rarity in most places. But I don't think you can withhold a high school diploma. I don't think you can do that. I think that is an example of government overreach. So I'm curious to know what you guys think. Again, I'm saying it's well-intentioned. His intentions, I believe, are good. But I think that there is a problem with the implementation, because I think that really this is more along the lines of career counseling. Maybe we don't do enough of that in high school. And maybe that's where we should be focusing, is not on how to punish kids, because that's what this really does come down to. It's punishing kids for not having a future plan. And I think it's been proven that punishment doesn't work. What we'll end up with if this happens is a bunch of kids without high school diplomas. It's not a bunch of kids with plans. All right? We need to encourage kids to think about their futures and to plan for their futures and to plan for how to support themselves after high school. Because that's what they don't get. They don't get that high school's over. Now you're an adult. Now you need to start making decisions about how you're going to support yourself moving forward. And, while flipping burgers is great to get you through and into adulthood, it is not meant to be a forever job. Okay? Unless you plan on moving up, like I said. And I'm saying that as a person who worked at McDonald's for 4.5 years. It got me through college. It helped pay for my college. I got a scholarship through McDonald's. So I'm not putting down McDonald's. But I knew that I wasn't going to be there to retire as, a regular service person. And I wasn't somebody who wanted to move into management. So, like I said, good intentions. I think it would be a poor implementation, and I don't think it's the right strategy. But I'm curious to see what you think. So leave your comments down below the video. Let me know your opinion. Also, I'm always on the lookout for new topics to cover during this segment. Now that the car's fixed and we're back in business, we're going to be rolling out more of these more often. So I need your suggestions. I want to know what you want to hear about. As always, PTR Radios every other Monday. We just did one, so look for us in 2 weeks. And I'll see you next time I'm on the road.
On the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music.